that and give you our gut reactions on all things pop culture, film, TV, and theatre. We talk to legends in the creative industry and those on the rise. We game old school. We do all this and a whole lot more. Like, subscribe, get involved. Join Larstein, Anthony Nielsen, and the Outcast Creative.
Right now it's a very cold Lance Erskine, Anthony Nielsen, hence the winter issue clothing as opposed to Mad Max leather jacket. So this is part 3 of my Freeway Warrior game. Not been that impressed with this so far. I'm not a massive fan of the combat system. It does seem like there's a few things about it that could be improved. It also feels like a very linear game. The choices when they come are few and far between, and feels like there's only a couple of different routes that I could have gone. But it's enjoyable. But I'm not enjoying it as much as the Lone Wolf books. I'll be honest. So I've got all 4 of the books in the series, and I was planning to play the whole series in one go. But I'm also very keen to explore the new fantasy books that I have. And I've got 2 different ones to choose from, actually. I've got Fabled Lands, which apparently is essentially a free roaming system. So I'm very keen to check that out. That just arrived the other day. He says, looking for it. Here it is. This book, I think originally came out in the 90s. It's got a lot of sections. It's a lot of small sections. And in case you don't know, I'm planning on doing my own game book. When I say planning, if I commit to something, I'm going to do it. So as long as it's within my means to complete, I'm going to be doing a World War II Choose Your Own Adventure game book, which is going to be my big project for 2024. I've already started working on it. So yeah, Fabled Lands has got close to 700 sections in it. Bit of a map here at the back. So I'll be looking at that. I might do Fabled Lands next. Actually, I might do Fabled Lands next. There's also Crown and Tower, which is a successful crowdfunding campaign. These are the last game books I'm purchasing, by the way, for the foreseeable future, because I have a long-term objective for 2024, so I'll be diverting whatever monies I have or can earn in a different direction. But I've got plenty to keep me occupied up until that time. Plenty. Now, I don't think my usual comrade Desert Phoenix is going to be on tonight, although he did pop in the chat earlier. So a quick look. Not able to join right now. No, but he may well pop on later. But that could be a good thing, because he's entirely responsible for me taking the wrong route on the adventure last time, and thus ending up with a hand grenade in my car seat, which resulted in me getting blown up. We did kind of then just continue, but I feel like that was a bit of a cop-out. So I'm actually going to try and find out where it was that we basically had a choice at one section on the map where it was either, it was here. So I'm going to zoom in a bit and move the map over slightly. So if you look at the junction for Cisco, where Cisco is, had a choice of going south over the cross plains, or because the road ahead was blocked and we also needed to avoid Abilene, or going via Albany and then Anson to continue on to Sweetwater. Now, when I where I got to was section I think it was section 295. Because there's, and I ate a meal and so on. And Popule said that there was, listen to this, there was a faint call of a radio mineral wells. I think that was this, that's where I got to. But you know what? I just want to check and make sure. So I'm quickly going to, Keith E, thanks for popping in, man. By the way, I see you there. Thank you. Do like and subscribe, share the stream if possible. I'm going to quickly go on to my channel. In fact, ignore any audio that happens. Tales from the Dork Side, Panda Stream. That's Depenzo. Okay, that sounds cool. Depenzo's someone who's been on my channel just recently. I might try and pop over there after, maybe. Right, so I need to find my last playlist. It's going to be weird. I'm going to be sharing myself in a second. Yeah, okay. So part 2 live playthrough. I'm just looking at it now. I've got it on mute here. Just gonna, because what we did was write the numbers in the chat where we got to. I'm tempted to go back to the point where I could take a different highway. Hey Abe, nice to see you. Is that Abe as in Jan's son, Abe? If it is, please let me know in the chat. If it's just another Abe, nice to see you all the same, sir. Is that a Judge Dredd? Is that a Judge Dredd profile avatar? Can't tell. So I'm just going to check to see. First of all, I'm going to check to see what was indeed the last number. Okay, so we got to 297 and then 36. 297. Okay, so we were on a different. Carefully, Kate examines the package she's removed from the saddlebag. What is it? Okay, yeah. There's explosive and blah blah blah. Turn to page 30, and then we go into page 36. Okay, so or I could go back and do a partial restart. No, I suppose I guess I should soldier on, and maybe I might do a partial restart. I might look at. You can see if you look in the. So this is the. Just gonna stop sharing that for a second. This is the previous stream, which I've got on mute currently, and you can see we're listing the numbers. 150. Boom, we died. So we're going to 36, but I want to. I think this is where the decision thing was. It was 327. People were debating whether we should go to which direction we should take. So I think it was 327. I'm just going to check out that I'm just going to check out that section 327. Yeah, 327. Okay, I've got the place. If you decide to go northwest to Albany, turn to 156. Okay, right. Well, let's take this down. Or I can carry the adventure on from where I was before. So, so where I got to, I'm just going to put these in the chat. So I've got the references. Where I got to, caps lock. Got to previously was 36. And then the section where The section where the road splits. Section where the road splits is 327. Okay, so I've got the option of going back and doing a slight replay and seeing if I can do the mission without getting killed, or I can continue on, which is technically a cheat because we just decided that the death didn't happen. I didn't, because I had to do a luck roll, and I rolled super low, and it was all a bit of a cock up basically. So yeah, all right. Let's see what happens. So I'm gonna get my dice app up first before I do anything else. Let me get the Lone Wolf. Well, it's not a Lone Wolf dice app, but it's a good gaming dice app. Get that ready. So we got that. Okay, here we go. Now on Project Aeon, I believe that these books are available for free on Project Aeon. So D10 is what I need. There we go. Thank you. So I might also just have a quick look on Project Aeon and see if we can get the book up so you guys can follow the choices. Let's have a look. Project Aeon in English. Thank you very much. Got it. Books. So there's all the Lone Wolf ones. Freeway Warrior. There's a Freeway Warrior interview. Wow, I didn't know that there was all this other stuff. Lone Wolf replacement art. I'm going to share this actually just so people can see this. So yeah, so when Joe Diva, who I did meet, I actually played a war game with him, incidentally. I guess when he got cancer and he realized, he was dying, he decided to make all of his books free. And they used let's have a look. And so that you can get them all on here now. So if we go Highway Holocaust, read online, simple page edition without illustrations, multi-page edition. I have no idea what the difference of these is. Simplified single page edition. Okay, well, simplified sounds good. Okay, this is the book. There's all the rules. Oh, it's literally the whole thing's on here. Okay, wow, that's a lot of text for you guys to absorb. All right, let me. Oh yeah, Desert Phoenix has put the link up, guys. Just so if you want to play these books and you're broke and you can't afford to get hold of original copies, it was intended that people could play them here. Not sure I want to share that version though. So let's see what this version's. Oh no, I didn't want to download it. Oh, never mind. Okay, this is a bit neater, isn't it? Numbered sections. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can work with this. We can definitely work with this. All right. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to keep the book going, my end. But what I'm going to do is, because I can't read out the whole of the sections sometimes because it's a bit grating on the old throat. So what I'm going to do is I'll read out stuff, but I'll put the whole section up for you guys so you can see it. And I guess maybe going forwards, this might be a better way to present the games to you. But again, I just want to emphasize that even though the books are available for free, I am purchasing them, and part of my objective here is to promote the series and the work of the author and the work of the team, August Han and so on. So we're going to shrink that a little bit. This looks good, doesn't it? It all looks very sci-fi. It's kind of cool. Okay, so we've been told to go to 36. So we're going to 36. Look at that. It's even got the little illustrations. So my 36 is actually... Oh, no. It's about the same size. Okay, here we go. So as you cruise along the deserted freeway, you glance... Oh, for anyone who hasn't seen this before, this is a Mad Max type game. I'm leading some survivors. We're trying to get to Big Spring, where we've heard there's another colony. We've got fuel. They've got water and food. So, you know, it's all going to work out great for us. As you cruise along the deserted freeway, you glance frequently to the north on the lookout for a dust cloud that would herald the arrival of the Detroit Lions. They're a gang that I'm trying to avoid. But no matter how hard you try to concentrate on your role as convoy scout, you cannot seem to think of anything but your growing affection for Kate. An hour later, as you reach Colorado City, and there wasn't a romantic storyline in Lone Wolf, was there? Your romantic daydream is brought to an abrupt end as a serious problem looms into view. The apex of the bridge that carries the Interstate 20 across the Colorado River has collapsed. Oh dear. Leaving a gap nearly 8 feet wide. You stop the convoy, and Cutter examines the damage. He's a colleague of mine. He returns to report that the bridge is not beyond repair, but it's going to take at least 3 hours, maybe 4, to rig a ramp across strong enough to support the tanker. At length, it's decided that you should scout along the river for another place to cross, while the colony sets to work building a ramp. Then if your search proves fruitless, at least the repair of the bridge will be well underway. Okay, so if we wish to scout north, or do we wish to scout south? Before we decide, I think we should consult the map to see what there is north and south wise. We'll just stop this for a second. I'll just do that for a second. Look, there I am. Michael Cera combined with Pumpkin King equals this image. Okay, that's AI for you. Here we go. Right, so we've reached Colorado City. So I guess we're on the outskirts. Oh no, okay. Colorado River must be the river beyond Colorado City. So we're pretty near our objective. We're pretty near Big Spring. So I'm guessing that the ending of this book is not too far off. In which case I might go back and play the other bit at the end, but let's see if we can complete it first. Yeah, section where road splits 327. Might go back 327 and go via Albany. See what happens. All right, so north or south? Well, we went south last time, but I've been looking to the north because that's where I suspect the gang are going to come from. Let's go south. South is 319. So I'm going to put these numbers in the chat, but Phoenix, if you post them ahead of me, that's absolutely fine. So we're traveling south, 319. Let me put the book back up. I actually prefer this this image of me to my current state of wearing a snood. It is really cold here, guys. Just going to say, I am wrapped up like a sausage right now. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to put that bit up. I wanted to put up this section. There we go. Okay. So, and this is good because these numbers are highlighted and we go straight to them. 319, here we go. All right. I'm going to just turn to that section in my book. 319. All right, so you can read it for yourself. You follow the Colorado River as it wends its tortuous course south. I think that's a typo. That's supposed to be winds its tortuous course. Wends, that's a typo. I've just spotted a typo there. The level of the water is very low, but the sheer banks dash all hope of fording this once mighty river, as the smaller bridges south of Colorado City are no longer standing. Now slips past, and you're just about to turn around and rejoin the others when you happen upon a section of the bank that slopes gently towards the river. You stop the car and start walking towards it, hopefully standing at the water's edge. You see that the river is unusually dark. You decide to test its depth and begin to wade across. Can I just intercede at this point? I decide not to do that. It's unusually dark. This is post-apocalyptic. Why would I go wandering into a water that I don't think is viable? I'm not going to do that. Screw that. I'm going back to. I don't decide to wade into the water. I'm going to go back to 36. And I'm going to go north. I don't even want to see what results occur. So we're going back. Okay. I veto my right to retrace my steps and make my own choices in life. Thank you for curtailing me into the darkness of the river. I think not. Okay, we're going to go north then. Let's go north. All right. Using your map of Central Texas. So 161. Okay, sorry, just getting this in my book. 161. Using your map of Central Texas as your guide, you leave Colorado City and follow the remains of the state highway north towards Lake Thomas. Okay. You're hoping that the dam marked on your map is still intact, for most dams have a service road running along. Later, you arrive an hour later to find that the dam is still standing. Excitedly, you stop your car and start walking towards it. As you get nearer, you see that the service road is no wider than a garden path, and the bus and the tanker will never be able to cross the river here. Pick a number from the random number table and add to it your fieldcraft and perception skills. And if it's 11 or more, right, okay, so just to let you know where my scores stand as far as this is concerned. My perception score is hold on, I'm on the wrong character sheet here. I've got my lone wolf one up for some reason. Freeway warrior. My perception score is 4. My fieldcraft score is 4, so that gives me a total of 8, and I'm rolling a d10 on top of that. Let's see what we roll. We roll a 4. So that gives me 12, which is 11 or more. So I am turning to 53. Okay, here we go. 53. You are 10 yards from your car when you hear a sound that makes you freeze in your tracks. It is the distinctive warning of a diamond rattlesnake. Oh no! The snake is close to your left foot. Its wide-headed body previously camouflaged by surrounding rocks. Slowly uncoils itself and bears its venomous fangs. If you have a missile weapon and wish to use it, turn to 112. Or I can draw a close combat weapon, or I can back away as slowly as possible. Let me think about that. Chat, what do we think? Use the missile weapon, or do we use a close combat weapon, or do we back away? What do we do? Yeah, I'm undecided. Keith is saying back away. I mean, this is another situation where if I get bit, I could be dead. I could unsling my MP5, try and kill him. I don't really want to use a close combat weapon. Back away seems like a good option to me. Backing away, yeah. I'm just going to put some numbers on here. We've gone to 53. I think we missed out one. Then 2d6. Now, at least here it's not making me do something like, you know, there's no way I would go wading into a dark river, okay? So it's just not going to happen. Not in a post-apocalyptic world. Right, so 226 then. Okay, 226. Let's do it. You fight to control your fear as slowly, inch by inch, you back away from the deadly snake. You have made a wise move. The snake is terrified and only too eager to escape a confrontation. As soon as it sees you retreating, it too backs off. Good. As you watch the snake slither away, you breathe a deep sigh of relief. You must now take a drink or lose 3 endurance points. Well, I have a full canteen. So I think I've got four drinky portions. I do. Very good. So I've crossed that off with an X. So I'm now down to 1.5 pints. Okay, and we're going to 185. So I guess going here was a bit of an exercise in futility. I'm pretty sure if we'd gone the other way, we would have just come back. Okay, on your arrival at Colorado City, you discover that the colony has been busy during your absence. I bet it has. 185 on the hard copy. Let me just find that. There we go. This is a big portion of text without a choice, so I'm going to abbreviate here, guys, but you tell everyone you're unable to find an alternative way across the river. See, I bet both of these would have just led back to here. Expecting the news to be met with disappointment, but most of the colony greets your scanning report with a nod of approval, a reaction that baffles you until Kate, my darling, offers you an explanation. Explosive we found at Lake Sweetwater is now under the bridge. Once we're all on the other side, I'll trigger the timer, and 2 minutes later, boom, no bridge. I think this is setting it up for a spectacular ending. I don't know what you think. You are about to take a closer look when Pop Yule calls everyone to the bus. He's made radio contact with Big Spring. "Here, Cal," he says, handing you the headphones. "Your ears are younger than mine. See if you can figure out what they're saying." You slip on the headphones and listen to a voice that is completely obscured by the hiss and cackle of static. You close your eyes and concentrate, using the force. The guy says, to understand what's being said, "Guy says he's going to pay us a visit," you say hesitantly. Is that how my character speaks? Sounds like a right whiner. Then the static fades clearly and you hear the words, "Be with you soon. Watch the skies." Is that like Close Encounters? Turn to 68. So we're going 68, guys. Going 68. Okay. Right, yeah, and I don't this text is all the same in the book, so there's nothing different that I can see. I think we're about to meet the man from Mad Max. Now that illustration there is a bit cack. I'm going to show you the better one. Hold on a second. I have to put my camera back on. Quite enjoying being off camera. We're about to meet this guy. Anyone seen Mad Max 2 by any chance? He looks a bit familiar, don't you think? Looks a bit familiar. So we're about to meet him. Here we go. Let's have a look. See what happens. You relay the message to the others and they begin to laugh. "I think the heat's finally gotten to you, Cal," jokes Hammer Harlan. "Here, let me listen to those headphones. Ain't nothing wrong with my hearing." You pass him the headphones, but before he has a chance to put them on, the insect-like sound of a small engine draws eyes west. "Well, I'll be," mutters Hammer. By the way, he's just gone through 3 different accents in 30 seconds there. Scarcely able to believe his eyes. High in the azure sky, you see a tin flying machine with fragile, bat-shaped wings. So it's a microlight, basically. Yeah. He lands on the highway, gives us a friendly wave. The name's Rickenbacker, he says, removing his goggles, shaking Uncle Jonas by the hand. I'm from Big Spring. I saw you all a while. I was scouting the freeway, and I thought I'd drop by. Shame about the radio. Afraid my set's seen better days. Rickenbacker warns the colony that a large group of Klansmen is riding towards the town from the east. Yeah, I bet they are. They're less than 5 miles distance and closing fast. He also tells you about another gang of bikers, a clan called the Mavericks, who have been the bane of Big Spring for the last 6 months. They control the city of Lubbock, 100 miles to the north. And their raiding parties are in the area foraging for food. I know the next 30 miles ain't going to be easy for you folks, but there's a big welcome waiting for you at Big Spring. He says, don't delay now. We're counting on you to make it through. As soon as he's airborne, preferably with me on board, but, maybe not. As soon as he's airborne, the colony sets to work on the bridge. The lines are closer than anyone dared imagine. Everyone is eager to get across the river before they show up. When Cutter announces the bridge is safe, you drive your roadster across and park it on the freeway, ready for a fast getaway. The colony crosses over on foot. Cutter drives the empty bus across the bridge. The platform creaks and shudders. But Cutter's able to cross safely to the far side. Together with Kate, the three of you return to help Uncle Jonas guide the tanker across. Just as the front wheels are about to mount the platform, Kate screams a warning. The lions are here. If you possess a missile weapon, turn to 135. I do, and I have plenty of ammo. Okay. 135 in the book. See if there's anything different. All looks pretty samey to me. And they didn't even one of the typos got through. So see a cloud of dust approaching, then the roar of 100 motorcycles fills the air as the Detroit Lions come racing along the freeway. You gotta hold them off until we get this baby across, shouts Cutter in his fourth accent of the day. The side of the makeshift platform sagging under the weight of the heavy vehicle makes your stomach churn. Count on us, you shout in reply. Then you turn and follow Kate as she runs back towards the town. As you reach the end of the bridge, you notice two ideal defensive positions. Oh, this is interesting. One is a 3-story factory that overlooks the freeway. The other is an auto wreck overturned on the approach ramp to the bridge. Well, I mean, if I take cover in the factory, how the hell am I going to get back across the bridge? That's the question, isn't it? 3-story factory. I think behind the auto wreck, because I want to be able to get back over. So, yeah, I think so. Let's just update the numbers here. 135. I think to me also, like, those two little detours, the north and the south one. I mean, I guess I don't know what was in the dark water, but it doesn't seem like you could gain anything. One, you could get killed by a snake, and the other one, you could get killed by something in the water. But did you gain anything? Was there anything to pick up or find? I'm curious to just double check that. So let me just go back and have a quick look. 319. So right. So if I'd gone to that dark water and failed and succeeded in my check that I had to make, having waded up into the river into my neck, you'd emerge from the water, boots covered in mud. Swiftly you withdraw your hand just in time. Oh, I'm standing in front of a nest of scorpions. Yeah, nothing to be found in that river. So total waste of time. Again, that's not, there should have been like items or something. Okay, anyway, we're crouching behind the wrecked car and watch as Kate disappears into the factory. Okay, minutes later, You see her face at the window on the top floor. You notice the barrel of her gun resting on the ledge. Nervously, you count the passing seconds. Well, I mean, I have to say, I'm glad that she's in the factory and not me. Let's just put the page up here. Here we go. Right, okay, so am I using a pistol, machine pistol, if it's a rifle, or a shotgun? Well, now, I haven't got all of those weapons. I've got a weapons. I have a shotgun, but I've only got no, I've got no rounds of ammunition for it. I've got my assault rifle thing, machine pistol rather, sorry. Well, we're going to go with that because that's the one we got the ammo for. We've got 21 rounds, so turn to 102. Here we go. The rest of your magazine of your G12 on the side of the auto rec. As the enemy speeds nearer, you pull back the firing bolt. Actually, a G12 can carry 21 rounds, so I don't rest the magazine anywhere. Pick a number from the random number table and add your shooting skill. Okay, so we're going to do that. Just let's see where we get to. Sorry, I need to be keeping these numbers on here. Black tea like the Beverly Hillbillies. Not sure what that means, Keith, but it sounded fun. Okay, so I've got to do a roll, and my shooting score, for everyone's information, is 6. I'm quite a good shot. So, oh, you can even do the random number table here. Look, they've even got the, look at that, random number table. Anyway, we're not going to use that. We're going to use the dice app. Okay, so D10. No. How do I clear that? Clear. There we go. D10. Roll. 6 is an 8, which is not good because I've ended up on whatever the lower option is. 172. You aim too high. Your gunfire passes over the driver's head, alerting his partner to your position. Remember to deduct the relevant number of rounds from your ammo pouch. He returns fire, sending a hail of bullets into the wreck that shields you. They strike with devastating effect, the deadly tracer shells blowing the rusty metal to pieces. Pick a number and add your current stealth skill. So I'm rolling and adding, I think it's 4, my stealth skill. 5, my stealth skill's 5. See if we can roll higher this one. Oh, we rolled a 10. So plus 5 is 15. So if your total score is 8 or more, turn to 138. Okay, 138. So I've gone 172. Now I've gone 138. Right, there's an illustration here. Let's see what the illustration is like in the new version of the book. See if it's different. Let's see if there's an illustration at all. There's no illustration, so I haven't got that little picture with the bikes. Keys 138. There we go. 138. Okay. Throw yourself to the ground. Your speedy reactions save you from being cut in half by the deadly tracer shells. The air's alive with bullet fragments. Okay, out the corner of your eye, you see Kate aiming her rifle from the window of the factory. She shoots immediately, and the machine gun fire ceases. You look up to see the rider clutching his face with both hands. He swoons, falls backwards, and then tumbles from the saddle. Before the sidecar rider can jump free, the speeding machine careers off the road into the wall of the office building and explodes in a ball of flame. Give your chick a thumbs up. A few minutes later, a column of motorcycles, the main body of the clan, rides into view. They're now less than a mile from the bridge. Come on, you two. Time to go. Tank has made it across the platform and is now parked with the other vehicles. Kate is running towards you from the factory. As she reaches the bridge, you call out to her, "Set the bomb. I'll cover you." Tensely, you watch the clansmen as they gun their bikes along the freeway. You glance repeatedly over your shoulder, praying for Kate to signal that the bomb is ready. Then the front line of bikers opens fires with their machine pistols, and suddenly the air is filled with the whine and whistle of bullets. "It's ready," shouts Kate, and takes off across the bridge at a run. Add together your current endurance points score and your stealth score. Right. So my stealth is 5. My current endurance is 12 out of 21, so that's 17. Yeah, right. Okay, I don't need to discard anything. I'm definitely over 12, so we're going to 200 then. Yep, same in the book. You spring to your feet and run towards the platform, weaving back and forth in order to present the lines with a difficult target. Kate and Cutter are screaming encouragement. "Run, Boris, run!" Inspiring you to greater effort. When you reach the center of the bridge, bullets are flying everywhere, whistling, singing, smacking into the asphalt on either side of your feet as you sprint the last few yards. As you pass the tanker, Cutter steps in front of you and grabs your jacket to slow you down. He points to the ruins of a nearby church and tells you to follow him there. Why are we doing that? Why are we not just blowing up the bridge? I don't understand this, but okay. 39. Yeah. 39. Wonder what would have happened if I'd been in the factory. Inside the colony is huddled on the ground with their heads over their heads. Hands over their heads, waiting for the bridge to blow. I mean, just a suggestion. Go in the bus. But okay. As you enter the church and take cover next to Kate, there's a tremendous flash, followed immediately by a deafening roar like a violent earthquake that shakes the walls and the floor. Dust and debris fall from the rafters, but no one's injured. When you emerge, all you see is a vast cloud of dust hanging over the place where the Colorado City Bridge once spanned the river. Okay. Well, that's pretty good. So at least they can't come after us now. Just grabbing a sip of water. Oh, I see. It's a song. Desert Phoenix. The song line was Black Gold, Texas Tea. Black Gold, Texas Tea, Father Christmas. Is it that song? Don't think so. Okay, so debris from the explosion lies scattered across the ground for hundreds of yards. Cutter is worried that the vehicles may have been wrecked, but after a thorough check, the damage is found to be superficial, meaning you could have just raced off with the vehicles. As soon as the colony is back on board the bus, you slip behind the wheel of your roadster and lead them away from Colorado City. You must now take a drink. Okay, I will take another drink. I have still got 2 portions left. I could have refilled my canteen in the river, but I guess the river looked a bit suspicious. You've been driving for no more than 20 minutes when you see in the distance a small cluster of weathered buildings shimmering in the heat. A sign informs you that you're now approaching the town of Westbrook. Add your current endurance points score to your perception. My perception is 5. My endurance is 12. Have I got any medical kits left? I've got 2 medical kits. Each of which stores. I thought they restored 4, but they don't. They restore 3 each. So if I down both my medical kits whilst taking my drink and relaxing, I can pass this check, because that will take my hang on, what is my rating again? My stealth is 5, right? So if I have one of them, it will take my stealth. It will take my endurance up to 15, which would take it to 20 on the check. But no, so I need to do them both. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to down both my medical kits. So I've got none left now. 0. That's going to put my endurance to 18. And that means that with my stealth score, I will pass this. So 338. Okay. That was from the TV series Beverly Hillbillies. Okay, there's probably a few of them lurking about. I've skipped a few numbers here, but anyway. Place where it enters the town, the surface of the freeway glitters as if it were covered with hundreds of tiny mirrors. You narrow your eyes to focus on these glimmering points of light, and a chill runs down your spine. When you realize what they are, the highway is covered with metal spikes. You signal the convoy to halt and then inform the other drivers. We'll have to circle around this place, says Uncle Jonas. Can't risk our tires on this stretch of road. According to that Rickenbacker guy, this land's now bandit territory. Yeah, I'll bet they are responsible for spiking the road. So, the three of you decide to detour the town and pick up the freeway a few miles further on. You lead the convoy cross country, but as you draw level with the town, you hear the sound of gunfire. Okay, pick a number from the random number table, add it to your driving total. My driving skill's pretty good. My driving skill, oh no, it's nice 4. It's okay. It's not brilliant. So we want to get over 7. So we got 4. So 7 plus 4 is 11. That will suffice. Thank you very much. We have got over 8 or more. We're going to 296. 296. Bullets whistle across the open ground, hitting the side of the bus with a winging whine. Silhouetted against the skyline, the convoy makes an easy target for whoever is firing at you from the town. Anxious for the safety of the colony, you search cover and see a shallow gully away to your right. Immediately, you steer the convoy towards it. The sides of the depression hide the vehicles from view, enable you to bypass Westbrook safely and continue along the freeway. Okay, good. Westbrook is not on my big map, nor are any main features between Colorado and Big Spring, so don't think there's any point in me showing you guys that map, so I'm going to close it now because I don't think anything else is going to be relevant. We are going to 347. In the distance, you see the sun resting on the pink peak of Signal Mountain. You estimate no more than an hour of daylight remains. Then a freeway mileage sign looms into view. Big Spring, 16 miles. The sign coaxes a cheer from those aboard the bus and renews your hopes of completing the first stage of your long journey west, or Book 1, as it's known. A few miles further along, there's another sign announces you're approaching the town of Kahoma. With the memory of what happened at Westbrook still fresh in your mind, you decide to bring the convoy to a halt. Now, I don't think I do possess binoculars or a telescope. Let me check. Somebody in the convoy's got one, though, because that's mentioned in a previous passage. So, I kind of think that we do have one. Yeah, I am familiar with the Beverly Hillbillies show and also the rather tragic movie that was made in the late 80s, Desert Phoenix. So I do my best to avoid both of those things. All right, so I mean, I can binoculars or telescope. I know someone in the convoy's got one. I don't see why I can't say, hey, can we borrow your binoculars? Because Cutter's got a pair of binoculars. It mentions that he uses them at one point. So, yeah, and I'm currently with the convoy. So, yeah, let's use them. Your caution was well placed. As you focus on the town, you can count over 20 motorcycles parked at random along the highway. Their riders are looting the stores and houses nearby, and much of what they have found lies heaped beside their machines. Suddenly, a pinpoint of light climbs into the sky and explodes with a brilliant white flash that illuminates the surrounding landscape. What do you make of that, you say? It's a signal flare. I think they've seen us. Okay, so it's all happening. I think this is going to be the final sort of combat situation before we get to before we get to the big spring. Here we go. We won't be skirting around this place, says Cutter. Land's here too craggy. The bus and the tanker not get 100 yards. No are any chances to hit them before they get mauled up. We go now, we could cut straight through that little town and be on our way to Big Spring before they know what's happened. This plan is put to Uncle Jonas, and he agrees it's the colony's best chance. So we're going full on Mad Max now. Kate volunteers to ride shotgun with you at the head of the convoy. Uncle Jonas will follow in the tanker. Cutter will close up behind with a bus, enabling those with guns to man the window, keep any pursuers at bay. Within a few minutes, the plan is relayed to the colony and the vehicles are drawn up in a line, ready to run the Kahoma Gauntlet. Well, let's hope there's no spikes on the road, eh? Okay, so, oh, look, there's a little picture. Let's see what there is in the actual reprint of the book. That drawing looks a little bit, oh, yeah, much nicer piece of artwork. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to come on camera briefly, show you this piece of artwork. So there it is. This geezer looking a bit vish. I think has probably got some kind of sniper rifle, but let's read the section, see what it says. You check your rear view mirror, see both Cutter and Uncle Jonas giving you the thumbs up. Hold on tight. Whose voice is that? That's supposed to be mine. Here we go. I think I need a cooler voice, right? Here we go. More sort of Mad Max like. A few days ago, I saw a rig that would haul that tanker. You want to move that gas? You talk to me. Okay. You move away, keeping an eye on your mirror to make sure that you do not outdistance the rest of the convoy. Then, as you approach the outskirts of the town, Kate raises her shotgun and gets ready to greet the maverick clansmen who are brave or foolish enough to stand in your way. Bang, 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 lots of shooting. The last few buildings are flashing past on either side when you see a solitary figure standing in the middle of the highway ahead. Yeah, this is the guy who's taking aim at our windshield. Right, okay. Pick a number from the random number table. I'm guessing that we don't want 0 to 2. See what happens. 3. That was close. Okay, we've kind of landed in the middle section. This is not going to be easy. See the muzzle flash of his rifle, hear the bullet as it whistles over your head. Then in the next instance, you feel a tremendous jolt as your roadster hits the rifleman and sends his body spinning through the air. Good. You brace yourself against the wheel. Kate is thrown forwards against the dashboard and gashes her forehead. At first, you think she's badly injured, but she quickly staunches the wound with dressings from her medical kit and then reloads her empty shotgun. Okay. So 328179. Kate's in the car with me, Keith. I'm not sure I'm writing all the numbers down here, but I'm probably skipping a few. Not a lot of choices here. At the first opportunity, you pull the roadster over to the side of the freeway. You must drink now or lose 3 endurance points. Okay, well, I've still got 2 portions of water left, so I can do that. I have drunk. So I've got 1 portion of water left now. No medical kits left, though. But my endurance is only 3 points off its max. A few minutes later, the tanker and the bus come thundering out of Kahoma. Apart from a few extra bullet holes, they appear to have survived. You restart your engine, accelerate away, confident that the colony will reach Big Spring before sunset. When you glance in your rearview mirror, something that sets your pulse racing. Oh, okay. Well, dun 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 dun. This is Mad Max to the max. I'm going to 89. Looks like we've got some banditos back in the convoy. Going to take them out now. Hopefully, I'm going to just see if there's a nicer illustration in the physical book. There is not. Okay, all right. So let me just do that and grab that and do that and do that. Yeah. So, sorry, where was I? Okay, let's have I'm going to read out most of this. The glare of a dozen motorcycle headlights follow in the wake of the convoy. The Mavericks who survived your brief but devastating visit to Kahoma are now in pursuit, and they're closing the gap swiftly. Shots are fired from the back of the bus, bringing down two of the leading bikes, but they do not prevent the others from moving alongside. Anxiously, you watch in your rearview mirror as the pillion riders risk their lives to jump aboard. The few who survive the leap without falling. How many of these bikes are there under the wheels gain entry by kicking their way through the windows? Okay. Suddenly, the bus loses speed. You sense that something is seriously amiss, and you fall back to find out what is wrong. You wave the tanker on, then slow almost to a standstill in order to allow Cutter to catch up. As he draws nearer, you see that a running battle is taking place on board. You accelerate, bringing your roadster alongside the boarding door. Then you tell Kate to move over into the driving seat and take the wheel. Okay, I'm going full on here. As soon as she has control of the car, you coil yourself like a spring and leap towards the door of the bus. let's hope this works. Add your current endurance points, that's 18, score to your stealth skill level. Just as well I had those 2 medical packs. And make a note of this in your action chart. Now pick okay, so my stealth is 6, I think, isn't it? Stealth is 5, plus endurance is 23. Okay. Now pick a number from the random number table and add it to your total. Okay, so I think they're saying 10 is 0, which, by the way, is a bit shite, but okay, I've made it, because if I'd rolled 0, I would have fluffed it. By the way, I'm just going to have a quick look. I bet that's oh, it's not a death. Okay, I thought that would be a death. Okay, so 313. 313. Bam, bam, bam. I really should have the Mad Max soundtrack playing while I'm doing this, and I've got it on vinyl, you know, Mad Max 2. You land on the boarding platform and manage to grab the handrails to prevent yourself from falling backwards out the door. Well, that's handy. I'll see if there's let's see if there's a better picture of this crude illustration. 313, 313. No, I don't think so. No. Oh, but I've got a fight on my hands. Got a fight on my hands with this spiky head man. You pull yourself up the short flight of steps towards the driver's seat, where Cutter is locked in a vicious struggle with a blonde-haired maverick who is trying desperately to wrestle the wheel from his hands. What about everyone else on the bus? As you approach, the maverick releases Cutter, spins around and tries to grab you by the throat. Close combat skill 17, endurance 25. Right, I'm going into combat with this guy. Okay, so I don't think I get a chance. This is not a missile weapon situation. So, he's got a combat skill of 17. He's got more endurance than me. I've got a combat skill of 15. So I'm fighting this fight on a -2. Just that's the worst combat odds I've had. So I definitely need to roll high here. I just want to remind myself how much damage. Oh, the damage is on the chart, of course. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, first round of combat. Here we go. Oh dear. We want to roll a 9. 8. I'll take it. Thank you very much. An 8 is he loses 6 endurance. I lose 1. So he is now at he's now at 19. I'm now at 17. So the odds are certainly a bit more even where the endurance is concerned. Another 8 or 9 would be good. Okay. 3 is I lose 3, he loses 4. So he is now down to 15. I'm down to 13. That's not so good, is it? Okay, third round of combat. Need it to be high. Seven. I'll take it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. He loses 6. I lose 2. So I'm down to 11. He is down to 7. Next round of combat. That's not so good. That's where we lose, I think, 4 each. No, he loses 4. So he's down to 3. I lose 3, so I'm down to 9. No, I'm down to 8. Sorry. Okay, let's get high on this one. We can take him out. Oh man, that's the lowest roll yet. Yeah, he's died, but he's taken 3, so he's dead because he had only had 3 left. But I have taken 4, so I'm really injured. That's not good, is it? That's not good at all. Okay, if you win the combat, turn to 70. Because if I have to do another combat after this, I'm going to be dead. You step over the dead body of your enemy and rush along the center aisle to help defeat the other 3 mavericks who are aboard. Your arrival inspires the colony, and swiftly they help you to overcome these brutal bikers. You are helping to carry their bodies towards the door of the bus when you notice an orange light flickering outside the rear window. You decide to take a closer look. When you peer through the glass, you are horrified to see that one of the mavericks is holding a Molotov cocktail, a bottle filled. Yeah, I know what it is. He gets ready to hurl the bottle. If you possess a missile weapon, I do. Let's fire it. Machine pistol. You draw back and take aim at his chest. It's my shooting skill. My shooting skill is 6, I think. Is it 6? Yes, it is. It's good that I put that high. So I've got to do a die roll, and we want 8 or we want 9 or higher, I think. So 6 plus 6 is 12. I think that's good. That's good for us. Yes, it is. 302. Your gunfire smashes the window, hits the maverick in the upper chest, killing him instantly. Molotov cocktail still gripped in his hand. His lifeless body tumbles from the motorcycle, hits the road. Terrific force. There's a flash as the bottle disintegrates, and his body and his bike is consumed by a ball of roaring flame. Remember to deduct the rounds from your ammo pouch. Yeah, okay. I need to do that. So I am down to got like 9 rounds left now. Okay. 188. Yeah, there she is, screams Cutter, pointing excitedly at the fortified settlement just as it appears in the distance. Big Spring! We've made it! All the hardships that have been suffered en route are instantly forgotten. Hang on a minute, something bad's happening. When the members of the colony look upon their destination, suddenly the bus is filled with laughter, crying, cheering. Green flare climbs up into the darkened sky and bursts over the town, signaling the Big Spring colony has seen you approaching. Pop Your makes radio contact. They say the freeway gate is open. All we got to do is drive straight in. That sounds a bit easy. The Mavericks seemed to give up chase as soon as they saw the flare. The freeway looks deserted. You join Cutter at the front of the bus and scan the landscape. Let me turn to the book on this 188 in case there's a illustration. There is not. My endurance is really low, so I think I've got some sort of roll coming up here. I don't think I'm going to do too well. A few minutes later, you see your car in the distance, parked at the side of the freeway. As you draw nearer, you get ready to wave to Kate. Your heart almost stops when, with horror, you see that 2 motorcycles are parked alongside. Kate is embroiled in a desperate hand-to-hand struggle with their riders. Stop the bus, Cutter, you shout. It's Kate. She's in trouble. Cutter slows the bus, and you leap onto the freeway and run towards Kate. Help me, Cal, she screams. So they try to bundle her, kicking and punching into the sidecar. A blow to the back of the head of the stock of the machine pistol brings an end to her resistance. As you approach, the biker turns and fires a long burst from the hip. Add your current endurance points to your stealth skill. Okay, well, my endurance is currently 4. My stealth is currently 5. Look at that. If it's 8 or more, less, turn to 221. Fortunately, it's 9 just. You throw yourself forward and your swift reflexes save you from being cut in half by a swath of bullets. As you rise to your feet once more, the shooting stops with a dull click, a sound that tells you the gun is now empty. If you have a missile weapon and wish to use it, yes, I do. Turn to 132. You draw the gun, take aim, kill him. But he's using, and then turn on the remaining biker who's using Kate as a shield. You dare not fire for fear of hitting her. With anger and fear welling up inside you, you reluctantly lower your gun. Turn of 350. This is it. This is it. So we've got to the end. We've got to the end. Let's read it out. Seething with anger, you watch as the remaining biker climbs astride his machine and it kicks into life. You rush forward in a brave but hopeless attempt to save Kate from being abducted. The maverick Klansman accelerates away before you can even get near Kate. As you watch his fleeing form disappear into the night, you promise yourself you will get Kate back, no matter what it takes. You run towards the roadster, determined to follow him and rescue Kate, but your plans are frustrated when the bus pulls up close and Cutter shouts a warning. There's a whole mess of lights heading this way, Cal. I'm sure it's the Lions. We've got to move now. They'll catch us before we get inside Big Spring. Reluctantly, you agree with Cutter. It would be madness to drive alone into the Detroit Lions. The convoy enters the fortified gates of Big Spring, and you receive a rapturous welcome from the colonists of the settlement. The mood is celebratory, for your arrival marks the start of an alliance that is destined to grow stronger over the forthcoming months. You've completed the first stage of your difficult journey, and although your achievement is overshadowed by Kate's abduction, your mission is a success. For you, Cal Phoenix, champion and protector of Dallas Colony 1, the journey continues in Book 2 of the Freeway Warrior series entitled Slaughter Mountain Run. Okay, so there it is. We got to the end. It took us 3 sessions. That was a bit, it came through at the end there. It's a pretty good gripping ending. I do kind of wonder what would have happened if I'd taken that other route, although eventually I think we would have converged to the same place. So I guess, you may have got some slightly different supplies or items. That kind of thing. Not a bad quest. But I do feel, I guess, if you're on a freeway and you're heading west, there's only going to be so many routes you can take. I guess it's going to be pretty linear to some degree. So the question is, do I want to jump onto book 2? I don't mean now. Or do I want to have a rummage around Fabled Lands first, or Crown and Tower? Why don't you let me know what you'd like me to play next? And I'll always happy to oblige my fans. I also have the Ninja series, but there's a prequel book and a sequel book that I don't have. I feel like I should play the prequel first and play them in order. So book 11 of Lone Wolf has been pre-ordered. I think they're shipping now, so I should get book 11 soon, and that'll be the first time I've played it. I guess if I want to carry on playing Lone Wolf, I can always do them on Project Aeon, of course, as can you if you're unable to purchase the new versions. And times are hard. So Okay, I'm going to be back on streaming tomorrow night. And I may also be doing a bit of a chit chat roundup on Wednesday. I've watched quite a lot in the last couple of days, so I've got quite a few shows to talk about, including the latest episode of Family Guy, which is very funny, something worth checking out. But I guess that's it from me. So thanks very much for checking out my niche gaming stream. I do appreciate it. It is a bit niche, but yeah, and do check out the streams I did recently with Retro Nerd Girl on her channel about feel-good movies. We did a whole heap of stuff there. I'm going to be doing a detailed breakdown of a couple of shows. I've got another Best of British stream coming up, and I think I'm going to be on Canoli Sasquatch's channel as a guest a couple of times this side of Christmas. I'm going to be on Dark Hour's channel a couple of times this side of Christmas. Got a nice little community of independent creators all mutually supporting each other, which is one of the aspects of YouTube that I actually really enjoy and find really lovely. If you're a fellow creative and you've got something you want to promote, whether it's a book, a play, or a film, or even music, something along those lines, pop in and see me sometime or drop a message to me on the Outcast Creative Facebook page. And if it's something I feel I want to promote, maybe we'll get you on to talk about it. Don't forget, I've got an industry interview coming up week after next with Dan Stiles, stunt coordinator extraordinaire, the man behind ID Drama, and a good friend of mine. So I look forward to inviting him on. That's it from me. Don't forget to tell the people that you care about that you love them, and I'll see you again real soon.